Please be seated. Your Honors, Lieutenant Governor Designate, Premier, Chief Justice, members of the Executive Council, and members of the Privy Council for Manitoba, where it is enacted in and by the Constitution Act 1867 that for each province there shall be an officer styled the Lieutenant Governor, appointed by the Governor-General in Council by instrument under the Great Seal of Canada, and whereas by and with the advice of the Queen's Privy Council for Canada, the Governor-General has in the Queen's name, by commission under the Great Seal of Canada, constituted and appointed Janice Claire Filman to be the Lieutenant Governor in and over the province of Manitoba, and thereby authorized and empowered and commanded her in due manner to do and execute all things belonging to her command and trust, according to the several powers, provisions, and directions granted or appointed to her by virtues of the said Act, and of all other statutes in that behalf, and of the said Commission, according to such instructions as are with said Commission given unto her, or which might from time to time be given to her with respect to the said province of Manitoba, under the Governor-General's sign manual, or by order of the Queen's Privy Council for Canada, and according to such laws as are or may be enforced within the said province of Manitoba. Now, therefore, the Governor-General, by his instructions under the sign manual, by and with the advice of the Queen's Privy Council for Canada, declares his pleasure to be that the Lieutenant Governor of the province of Manitoba shall, with all solemnity, cause said Commission under the Great Seal of Canada, appointing her Lieutenant Governor, to be read and published in the presence of the Chief Justice of Manitoba and of the members of the Executive Council of the province of Manitoba. Madam, is it your pleasure to have the Commission read and published?
It is my pleasure. Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, of the United Kingdom, Canada, and her other realms and territories, Queen, Head of the Commonwealth, Defender of the Faith, to Janice Claire Filman, a member of our Order of Canada, Order of Manitoba, of the City of Winnipeg, in the province of Manitoba, greeting. Be advised that placing special trust and confidence in your prudence, courage, loyalty, integrity, and ability, we, by and with the advice of our Privy Council for Canada, pursuant to Sections 58 and 59 of the Constitution Act 1867, do hereby appoint you, Janice Claire Filman, Lieutenant Governor of the Province of Manitoba. During the pleasure of our Governor-General of Canada, effective on the day in which you make and subscribe the oaths of allegiance and office required by Section 61 of the Constitution Act 1867. And we do hereby direct you to carry out your duties in accordance with the powers granted to you by the Constitution Act 1867 and any other statutes. Our present commission and the annexed instructions or instructions that may from time to time be given to you by our Governor-General of Canada or by our Privy Council for Canada, and in accordance with such laws as are in force in the province of Manitoba. And we do hereby direct that as soon as you have made and subscribed the oaths, our present commission supersedes our commission issued under the Great Seal of Canada on July 8, 2009, appointing the Honourable Philip S. Lee to be Lieutenant Governor of the Province of Manitoba. In testimony whereof we have caused these our letters to be made patent, and the Great Seal of Canada to be hereunto affixed. Witness: our right trustee and well-beloved David Johnston, Chancellor and Principal Companion of our Order of Canada, Chancellor and Commander of our Order of Military Merit, Chancellor and Commander of our Order of Merit of the Police Forces, Governor-General and Commander-in-Chief of Canada, at our Government House in our city of Ottawa, this 16th day of June, the year of our Lord 2015, and in the 64th year of our reign. By command, the Registrar General of Canada, the Honourable James Monroe, and also signed by the Attorney General of Canada, Mr. McKay.
The Governor-General further declares his pleasure to be the Lieutenant Governor shall take the oath of allegiance in the form prescribed by the Constitution Act 1867, and likewise that she shall take the usual oaths for the due execution of the office of Lieutenant Governor, which oath the Chief Justice shall and is hereby required to administer unto her. Madam, is it your pleasure to take the oaths of allegiance and office?
It is my pleasure. I, Janice Claire Filman, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, Queen of Canada, her heirs and successors. So help me God. I, Janice Claire Filman, shall well and truly execute the office and trust of Lieutenant Governor of the Province of Manitoba, and duly and impartially administer justice therein. I shall well and truly execute the office and trust of the Keeper of the Great Seal of Her Majesty's Province of Manitoba, according to the best of my knowledge and ability. So help me God.
faith custody by way of the Great Seal of the Province of Manitoba.
Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you please rise. It is my pleasure to introduce their honors, the Honorable Janice Filmon, Lieutenant Governor of Manitoba, and the Honorable Gary Filmon.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this point in the ceremony, I would like to invite the Honorable Shelley Glover, Minister of Heritage and Official Languages, to bring greetings on behalf of the Government of Canada.
Your Honors, Premier Selinger, Juge-en-Chef Chartier, and of course, Mr. Speaker, distinguished guests, friends, and family. Je suis absolument ravie d'être parmi vous aujourd'hui au nom du gouvernement du Canada et de notre Premier ministre, Stephen Harper. I have to say I'm thrilled to be here today on behalf of not only the Prime Minister of Canada, but on behalf of the Government of Canada, and we are so very proud today to be involved in this ceremony. Our country cherishes, of course, the close relationship that we have with the royal family, and particularly our head of state, Queen Elizabeth II. And this is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for us to pay tribute to our head of state. In our country's form of constitutional monarchy, lieutenant governors serve as representatives of the Crown in their designated home province. Notre pays tient à cœur la relation étroite que nous entretenons avec la famille royale et en particulier notre chef d'État, la reine Élisabeth II. Dans la forme de monarchie constitutionnelle de notre pays, les lieutenants-gouverneurs sont les représentants de la couronne dans leur province désignée. Et aujourd'hui, nous accueillons officiellement la nouvelle représentante de la reine dans notre province du Manitoba. Today we officially welcome the Queen's new representative in the province of Manitoba, the Honourable Janice Filmon. And I know that the Prime Minister was especially proud to recommend the appointment of the Honourable Janice Filmon. Her Honour's lifetime of service to others and to our province is an apt tribute to Her Majesty. And our Prime Minister considers her a champion in very many ways, especially in healthcare and in education here in Manitoba. Your Honour, I personally am so impressed with all of the volunteer work that you've done in our province, and I speak specifically of your work as chair with Manitoba Alive. This initiative that teaches high school students the skills they need to become effective volunteers and leaders in society is important to not only Her Honour, but to many of you in this room. And it's especially fruitful for those young Manitobans and charities who've participated. Her Honour was also the founding chair of the Nellie McClung Foundation, which continues to inform Canadians about the important work of Nellie McClung and her colleagues to promote women's rights. I myself, as a woman, a member of Parliament, and a cabinet minister, am indebted to Nellie McClung, who spoke of the long campaign throughout history to first convince the world that women had souls, and then that they had minds, and then ultimately that they deserve the right to hold public office. Your Honor is but our province's second female lieutenant governor since 1870, and in her we have a woman who has been recognized as Nellie hoped for both her soul and her mind, but also for her great heart. How fitting as we approach the 100th anniversary of women's suffrage movement, deeply rooted here in Manitoba, that we celebrate the achievements of a great Manitoba woman. I believe, Your Honor, that the people of Manitoba are truly fortunate to have someone with your tremendous qualities as their new Lieutenant Governor. Au nom du Premier ministre du Canada, Stephen Harper, et du gouvernement du Canada, je suis heureuse d'offrir mes sincères félicitations à l'occasion de votre installation comme la 25e lieutenant-gouverneur du Manitoba on behalf of Prime Minister Stephen Harper and the Government of Canada. I am pleased to offer sincere congratulations on your installation as the 25th Lieutenant Governor of Manitoba. Thank you. Merci. Miigwech.
Thank you, Minister. It is now my pleasure to invite the Premier of Manitoba to offer words of congratulations and thanks. Premier?
Je suis heureux, comme Premier ministre du Manitoba, de vous avoir ici pour la nomination de Janice Filmon comme le 25e lieutenant-gouverneur du Manitoba. Your Honors, very special guests, I am delighted as Premier to welcome you here today to the installation of Janice Filmon as the 25th Lieutenant Governor of Manitoba. I would also like to thank Mrs. Filmon's husband, Gary, and their family. This is a proud day for you and for the people of Manitoba. I think I speak for all of us when I can say that Mrs. Filmon will do an excellent job representing Her Majesty as Lieutenant Governor of our province. In welcoming Mrs. Filmon, I would also like to thank Philip and Anita Lee for their service. It is a sheer coincidence, but it was exactly 6 years ago today when it was announced that you, Philip, and Anita would be our 24th Lieutenant Governor. Philip and Anita, you are leaving behind a wonderful legacy to build on. Among the many organizations you both have supported and worked for, your efforts to break down barriers for the visually impaired is a legacy that will be remembered for years to come. As well, your tremendous support of Chinese Manitobans has brought great prosperity and pride to the community and to our province. On behalf of all Manitobans, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Manitoba a toujours été une province où la valeur des droits de la personne en était célébrée. As we prepare to mark the centennial of Manitoba becoming the first government in North America to grant women the right to vote in 1916, it could not be more fitting that we now have Janice Filmon as our Lieutenant Governor. Mrs. Filmon served as the founding chair of the Nellie McClung Foundation and played a major role in bringing to life the statue on our legislative grounds honoring the women who fought for suffrage. Your Honor, it is safe to say that your installation in this chamber today will serve as a source of inspiration to women of all ages and everywhere. Your tireless efforts in the fields from volunteerism to public service have made this province a much better place to live. As chair of the Cancer Care Manitoba Foundation, you help make Manitoba a leader in cancer care and research. And as chair of Manitoba Alive, you helped high school students learn the skills they need to follow their passion for volunteerism. It is because of this outstanding service record that you were made a member of both the Order of Manitoba and the Order of Canada. Today we embark on a new chapter, not just in your life, but in helping to shape the future of our province. Je suis certain que tu apporteras une passion et un engagement à la communauté spéciale dans ce nouveau rôle. Congratulations, Your Honor, to you and your family. We are all very proud of you and wish you all the very best. Thank you. Merci. Language.
That was Prodigy from Miles Mack Collegiate. Weren't they wonderful? Thank you very much. It's now my pleasure to invite remarks from the 25th Lieutenant Governor of the Province of Manitoba, the Honorable Janice Spillman. Your Honor.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Young voices saying so much. Thank you. Thank you. Premier Selinger, Chief Justice Chartier, the Honourable Philip Lee, Minister Glover, members of the Executive Council, members of the Legislative Assembly, former Lieutenant Governors of Manitoba, the Honourable Lois Mitchell, our very own new Lieutenant Governor of Alberta, very special guests, family, friends, one and all. Welcome as we gather on Treaty 1 territory, the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, and Dakota peoples, and the homeland of the Métis. As I begin my service as the 25th Lieutenant Governor and Her Majesty's representative in Manitoba, I am most grateful for the trust and confidence placed in me. And what a special feeling it was just moments ago to swear the oath of allegiance and the oath of office on a family Bible dated 1895 that was brought from England and passed on to me by my maternal grandmother. As I look about this chamber, I recognize so many faces, and I am feeling so much love. Thank you all for being here and sharing this day with me, especially my many good friends, some who have traveled a long way, a very long way. Your support and encouragement mean the world to me. To Gary, I feel so fortunate for a marriage that has deepened and strengthened over our nearly 52 years. Together we were blessed with a family of 4 who, as they grew, were married and gave us wonderful outlaws, and in turn gifted us with 9 unique and wonderful baby grands. There they are, all in the front row. You look beautiful. To each of you, thank you for your unconditional love and for being here today. Under the quiet of our bedtime covers, my sister Judy and I often flip through the pages of books on the royal family, sent to us by post as Christmas gifts from my mother's family in England. As young Canadian girls, we marveled at the 2 sister princesses, but never did I imagine or even dare to dream at 9 years old that one day my path might cross with the woman who eventually became Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. February 6th, 1952 is also burned in my memory. I was on an escalator in the Hudson's Bay Company when a voice boomed through the loudspeakers announcing the death of King George, to be replaced by his heir and daughter, Princess Elizabeth. She was just 26 years old, married, and the mother of 2 young children. And though from birth it was not her expected destiny, from the moment her father became king, she embraced her duties and provided a lifetime thereafter, dedicated to public service through some of the most devastating and triumphant times in history. Always steadfast and loyal, her dignity and quiet determination has allowed her to serve the entire Commonwealth. Remarkably, on September 9th, 2015, she will be the longest reigning British monarch and the longest reigning female monarch in history. As I look forward to official and ceremonial duties as your Lieutenant Governor, there is no better role model than Queen Elizabeth herself. So when I say today that I am honored and humbled to represent Her Majesty, words alone cannot begin to mine the depths of my feelings as I begin serving as her representative in Manitoba. Même si des mots ne sauraient exprimer la profondeur de mes sentiments, je tiens à dire que c'est avec honneur et humilité que j'assume présentement nouvelle fonction de représentante de emphasis. Sa Majesté, O Manitoba. Beyond all of this, I am excited, and I've just got to say it, beyond excited because of all the opportunities that lie ahead. When I reflect on my own life, I am so grateful for the opportunities I've had to serve the public, most often as a volunteer. And I think of the importance of taking that very first step, of taking a chance and saying yes to even the smallest of requests to get involved and lend talent and time. Because first comes a single step, and then a stride, and before you know it, someone may even ask you to lead. Leading is at the core of making great things happen, whether in a brownie pack, a 4-H club, or a not-for-profit organization. So when I think of the tens of thousands of volunteers in Manitoba, the gold of our earth, who give their time, energy, and talents in big ways and small, I want to reach out, hug, and thank each and every one of them. They are the ones who help build our communities, and I give high praise to them all. Getting involved always creates a ripple effect that changes the lives of both the giver of time and the receiver of those efforts. That's what Manitoba Live is all about, a leadership initiative that helps young Manitobans develop the skills needed to flourish as they make their way in the world. I was honored to be involved in the early days of that program because I, and many others, recognize that these young Manitobans are the leaders of tomorrow. But it's not just young people that I want to encourage. I think of Manitoba women and what a special place we hold in history as the first in Canada and the British Commonwealth to win the right to vote. The 100th anniversary of this historic milestone is on January 28, 2016, and I see it as an incredible opportunity to honor and mirror the strength and tenacity of leaders like our Nellie McClung, to celebrate her unique leadership style, and to remind all Manitoba women that, like Nellie, we can accomplish whatever we put our minds to, no matter our age, life status, or whether we live in a big city or small community. As I begin my journey as Manitoba's Lieutenant Governor, it is not lost on me that I am just the second woman selected for this position since 1870. But like everyone before me, man or woman, I want to serve and serve well, bring honor to Her Majesty, and working with Manitobans, leave our province more vibrant, respectful, and dynamic. In my new role, I plan to put leadership front and center by honoring the leaders on whose shoulders we now stand, by celebrating those leaders who are guiding us today, and by motivating those leaders yet to come. Leadership Winnipeg is an innovative initiative that is nurturing an ever-growing community of informed, visionary, and future-oriented leaders. Leaders who become empowered with knowledge, commitment, skills, and a sense and respect for diversity. Now in its 10th year, its mission is to expand the number of individuals who accept leadership roles in business, labor, government, voluntary, and not-for-profit organizations. It is to ensure that we raise up the next generation of decision makers, to develop networks of people who can work together to strengthen the community and help address existing and future challenges and opportunities. The diversity of participants reflects our Indigenous communities, a broad spectrum of new Canadians, as well as lifelong residents, expats, and those who have made Winnipeg their adopted home. Given the incredible synergy and potential of programs like Leadership Winnipeg and Manitoba Alive, I am proud to support and encourage them as part of my broad focus on leadership. Together, initiatives like these and many other community programs will help create leaders and ensure a bright future for Winnipeg and Manitoba. One of my favorite poems is called A Bag of Tools by R.L. Sharp. Isn't it strange that princes and kings and clowns that caper in sawdust rings and common people like you and me are builders for eternity? Each is given a bag of tools, a shapeless mass, a book of rules, and each must make ere life is flown a stumbling block or a stepping stone. I choose to see life as a series of stepping stones, and I am thankful for each one of them in my life, progressively larger, that has allowed me to grow and learn and teach and walk alongside others. Sometimes to empower a person, it takes just a word of encouragement, a squeeze of the hand, or the simple words, "You are not alone. I'll help." This can give energy, strength, and resolve, and encourage a person to believe in themselves. In my experience, most of us, all of us, have the spark to lead, but just need a bit of encouragement to feel empowered. If you are listening or watching online, or if you're here in the chamber, I want you to know that each of you matters and that each of you can make a difference. So today, I'm going to ask you to accept the challenge to make a change, big or small, with inside yourself, your family, or your community. Go ahead, take a chance, make a choice, give back, and see how quickly you'll discover the leader in you, remembering always that within each of us lies the hope and the dreams that built our province that I love and that will propel us further still as compassionate, caring, and proud Canadians.
Thank you so much for the honor, privilege, and opportunity to serve all of Manitoba as your Lieutenant Governor. Merci, miigwech.
Thank you, Your Honor. Since its inception, Rossbrook House has helped thousands and thousands of children. One of the co-founders of Rossbrook House is Sister Leslie Sackerman. We are honored that she is here with us today to deliver the invocation. Sister Leslie?
Today, we have heard, we have witnessed, and we celebrate the Honorable Janice Filmon. Yes. Her unconditional commitment to choose life and to create life where all people can live with dignity. Janice, your welcoming smile and joie de vivre engage the hearts of every person you meet. You know who you are. You've tasted the best of times and have suffered the worst of times. And because of this, you walk neither before people nor after people. You are one with them. Honorable Janice Filmon, you are good news, a timely instrument of God for truth and reconciliation. Could you please stand as a sign of your commitment to support the Honorable Janice Filmon? Avec un cœur reconnaissant, prions ensemble. Blessed are you, God, beyond all names, beyond all dreams, beyond all time. Thank you for gifting the Honorable Janice Filmon with a fearless imagination and a magnanimous heart that is easily broken. Protect her, guide her, as she aspires to uphold our First Nations, Métis, and Inuit 7 sacred teachings. Truth, humility, honesty, wisdom, respect, courage, love. Gracious God, you alone know the depths of our heart's desires. Please bless each person who is present here. Please bless all Manitobans, that we may live together, united by hope. Amen. Qu'ils sont beaux les pieds de ceux qui apportent de bonnes nouvelles, qui proclament la paix, qui apportent des nouvelles de grande joie. How beautiful are the feet of those who bring good news, who proclaim peace and who bring tidings of great joy. Honorable Janice Stillman, how beautiful and how blessed are your feet.
Before we close our ceremony this afternoon, I would like to remind everyone that you're invited to attend a reception which, due to the inclement weather, will now be held just outside this chamber on the second floor of this building, immediately following the ceremony. As you leave this room, I would invite you to gather on the second floor balcony so you can watch Her Honor inspect the Guard of Honor. I would also like to thank everyone for attending this very special event, and I'd like to offer a very special thanks to everyone who played a role: the 50-person Guard of Honor, the Royal Canadian Air Force, the trumpeters who provided the fanfare, and those who were responsible for the 15-gun salute. And a very special thanks to Prodigy under the direction of Mr. Zane Zales for that wonderful performance, and for our vocalist Stacey Natras, who will perform O Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the singing of O Canada and then God Save the Queen, and remain standing for the departure of the official party. Thank you.